Hey guys, I'm Zama.
And I'm Lanzi, and welcome to
Because We Said So.
Another episode, another Wednesday.
Period.
I see you guys are having boosties.
And literally, I love that they are clustering us because I was telling Zola and Lutando it, and they were like, ew, change your name.
Really? They're in it. Oh,
They're
time.
standards.
We
But I
love
was like,
it.
too bad because we love it. And the fact that we're both on the same page about it, I was like, sorry.
It makes it easy for us. Those who hate it, because I did see a few comments as well where people were like, I don't know about boosties. Sorry.
Guys, the thing is, you just need to keep hearing it, and the more you hear it, the more
Thank
you're gonna fall in love with it.
you.
Trust
Justice
me.
for it.
Justice for it.
For you,
Justice for it.
ZX.
I'm good. How was my week been? My week was good, actually. I've had a good week.
Mm-hmm.
I finally got my boobs thing off my chest.
Oh,
I
the boobs are breathing.
The boobs are breathing. I finally
You're free to be you.
free to be me. Finally went back to YouTube. I'm up right now.
And I watched that video you aired.
Thank you. I feel like I'm back up right now. I feel like I'm back into my routine. Gym way.
I love that.
And
we don't have to keep the secrets.
Show me
anymore.
cigarettes.
She has scrumptious titties.
It's such a small secret that time.
Joey, but still.
But you're right, guys. The thing is, people don't think about the fact that, like, small things, like when you get to people and now everyone is trying to hug you, and now it's like,
there were
you
so many
can't
times we were
hug
out and
people.
Summer was like, people keep hugging me,
And
touching
I'm
me.
in pain.
I'd even make mistakes where I'd be laughing and like hit her boob, and I'm like, oh, to me.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, injury. Like,
So she was actually vulnerable.
that actually was vulnerable. But okay, I'm back up and good in all Bandla.
I'm
I
so
love
happy
that
for
for
you.
me. I had a scrumptious weekend. I went to the BAL final party, after party with Hennessy.
And you finally saw
10,
tall
10.
men. in
I
South
finally
Africa.
saw tall men. Like, when I tell you guys, we were in a room full of skaklas. Sorry.
Not
Series
serious.
in the room with us.
Yeah, pub.
But yeah, we were in a room full of super tall men and just good vibes in
Vibes.
general. I was just like,
I love that. I wish I
cute
would've
little
went,
weekend
but, like,
thing.
period.
And what were you up to, Queen?
for me, I went to Swaziland.
Yes, you
to visit
did.
my home, sweet home. So I'm exhausted right now. But you know what? We have to push this event. But it was really nice. I like going home to Swaziland because I get to switch off. I'm off the grid. I literally asked them, I switch on data to text
Yeah.
that thing in the moment.
And then
I'm out.
Yes.
I'm chilling with the cows, the birds and the bees. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, I really love going home to Swaziland. I always say Zama should come with me.
I will
think you'd
come,
love
guys.
this.
One day. I need to go back to my ancestors are from there.
Joey, go back to your
You can see my
hometown.
people. My people.
Your people. So it's nice to switch off and like just not feel like people are watching you. Social media, you don't have to look good. No one
You
cares
just
about
pushing
anything.
P.
The people there think I'm Beyonce just because I have a wig on. Like, I love it. So
I love that for you.
That's
So
basically
sometimes you
what
just
I
need de-stress, turn off your brain, turn off
simplicity.
your
Go
phone.
equally. Plaga.
And I was plugging. Let me tell you that.
Plugging for
I
your
was
life.
plugging.
Zama held it down for us for puss. Shout out to me. Thank you. But
You know what?
Sangwile.
She's back. She's back in
I'm
the
back.
country with us.
Pop
okay?
culture rewind of the week. First and foremost, we have to mention this. You guys keep tagging us. I keep trying to not acknowledge it, but today we have to because he's sick. JP.
JB, we thought with time you were going to get better, and you said, you know what? I'm going to trick you guys and get worse.
And get worse. And now you're back on the podcast.
again.
Justin, Gwenza, talk to me. I
Talk to
think.
me, JB.
Talk to me. Talk
Let's
to
help you.
someone.
What's up?
The screenshots of him talking to whoever that was.
The
What
fact that
is
that's
going
not even
on?
like the extent of it. There's that. There's him shouting at the paparazzi. There's that picture. There's that picture that he posted of someone's like half face.
Yes, I saw and I was like,
What do you think's
really?
happening?
Like when you guys go to bed tonight, every night, what's the conversation? Oh, babe, you need help.
What's this thing Andoni?
Oh, Chubby, I'm worried about Justin. Can't you see that I'm standing on business?
Can't you see I'm standing
not
on
the one.
business? In fact, we need to do a TikTok so that's out.
Can't you see that I'm standing in
Business.
business? I said,
Oh my
Justin,
gosh, JB.
I'm so worried about Haley, guys.
Guys, I'm worried about everyone involved. Justin, blink twice, King.
And I saw the other day, he posted a screenshot saying that people mustn't tell him that he needs to heal and get over it. It's easier for you guys to separate. I'm like, yo. You
Also,
need
I
to
don't know what he's referring to. Like, I don't know. This is cryptic.
I don't
That's why I'm
know.
like, this is a message for your friends and family. And you just send it to them. You posting it on social media is not going to do anything for you because we don't know what's wrong.
We don't know
okay?
what's wrong with you.
Like,
I feel like Justin has trauma from being a child star. And he has moments where he
he just crashes out.
crashes out.
Yeah.
And he's crashing out for a very long time.
He's
right
crashing
now.
out so bad also. Like, that's what I'm saying. He needs someone who's going to take the phone away, put the Instagram
Literally.
down, put the IG down.
Let's work on it together as a family, as friends, and get you through this season.
Yeah.
Because it's okay if you like getting triggered right now and you're not okay, Kenzega, I guess. But like, I think people around him need to
rally around him and be like, oh
rally.
my gosh, put the social media down.
I'm worried about Rhodes.
Because
I'm
wow.
worried about Haley.
Not too worried about Rhodes. Because why is Rhodes in
To me,
this?
because they married, they're sharing that thing.
To me, are they sharing it? Because I'm sure Haley has made it so that he's not
She
sharing
probably
it.
wrote something which is
He's being sick.
hell no.
Yeah.
So all the best to Justin.
All the
But
best.
like
King.
we obviously had to just touch on it.
Yeah.
Real Housewives of Durban.
Real Housewives of Durban. They did the season finale. I want to start this off actually by saying, guys, in the episode where we spoke about this, we were obviously saying like Londi was wrong for XYZ. We said we love her so much, but this is where we feel like she was wrong. In the comments, you guys ate us up. And what did Londi do? She apologized. So what
I
does
think
this
that
tell
justifies
us, guys?
us.
Like,
A
I
little
feel like
bit.
we were justified. I was literally like, Londi could even see the error in her ways.
Yes.
Why were you guys cooking us?
You guys were cooking us. Oh, guys, that's a thing.
Like,
she apologized. So
when you're not in enemy territory, we love Londi too. We were just like,
literally
in this
said it.
instance,
She's wrong.
Sissy Ubu wrong.
And it's okay. And she apologized to the twins.
Which I was
Good.
like, you're a good woman. You're a
Yes.
big, like you're the bigger gal because you were like, you know what, Ndirongo, good and well.
I love that. Hashtag justice for boys. like now.
Justice for us. Because I was
Justice
like,
for
guys,
us.
even Londi apologized.
So, but like next time, guys, niggas pay so much.
Oh my gosh! But anyways, we do understand that it's a theme. But guys, what we said what
said
we
I
said.
said.
Because we said
No,
so. This time.
because
we said so.
In case you guys didn't pick up on that, because we said so.
No, but for real, that season finale, wow, hectic.
It was so much.
But I will say, I was like, I still didn't get the why Nunku isn't coming back part. I'll be completely honest to you. Like, okay.
I like
It never gave
when
don't
the
come back.
episode wrapped up, I was like, okay, but why are you not coming back? I'm assuming, obviously, it's because of whatever's on the notes.
Yeah.
And I do think it's production. So obviously she was like, you know what? Production doesn't respect me.
Yeah,
so let me remove myself from the show. So justice for her and what we said.
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't do something this time fair. And that's probably why she's also not going to the reunion, because she's like, I don't care about full production. So I can't even face you guys.
Yeah.
at
And
the
she did
reunion.
say in that episode, but you guys feel like I'm a cartoon, like I'm a papa. You guys say whatever you want. I'm a person. At the
But
end
I'm
of the
like,
day.
when it's other people, they're not people all of a sudden. Because when you are being mean to the other girlies, they're not
Are
people.
they not people? And they're still people, I fear. But
And Ngoni was a person.
she was a person. And that's my thing is why I was so shocked is that why is it a situation whereby you're not coming back because of what happened on the show? I was confused. Like, what's the incident that's not making you come back? I guess she said she doesn't like who she's seeing, which I'll be honest, I didn't like who I was seeing either. I was scared. I was afraid of who I was seeing.
Tears
I was in tears almost because I was like, that situation with Jojo, that was a very odd. Like,
that was so uncomfortable.
it was so uncomfortable, and I feel like it was such an odd. She's letting other people get in between her friendship with Jojo, and all because of what? Like,
And
I
she,
didn't
like,
get
ran
it.
with it. All Nunku had to say was, sorry, Chumi. All Nunku had to say was, guys, Jojo maybe is not as spiritual as or prays as much or whatever. So maybe she didn't realize that laughing was inappropriate. However, she is my friend, right? So I don't think her intention was to be rude or whatever.
Exactly.
I'll probably have a little chat with her, but like, I don't think it's
End of the
she meant it
world.
in that way, where she was trying to be disrespectful or anything like that. But she literally took it, ran with it, went to Jojo, was, do you pray?
But my thing even was, it was very obvious in that moment that she was laughing at the sisterhood comment, of which valid, because there is no sisterhood between these
I
women.
got her. I was like, you're not
Yeah.
laughing at the fact that my hand does.
And
It's
Jojo
the sisterhood
explained
thing.
that. She said, this is what I was laughing at. Then going forward, you're now nitpicking at her spirituality, which I was like,
That's what
this
I
is
didn't
so
like.
wrong.
Yes.
Because even if you guys are not at the same place spiritually, clearly you and Jojo have things aligned that you guys are the reason that you guys are friends. Secondly, Nongo, it's so crazy to me that you can chastise someone for not being spiritual enough with the behaviors that you show us on this very show.
Wake that's
Crazy.
You're a hypocrite in the Christian sense.
Yes.
So for you to go to Jojo and kind of make her feel less than because of that one little moment when you've been on the show for 5 seasons doing things
And
that
nothing that you do is giving.
don't align with you being a pastor. The other girl will say.
Jojo literally, for me, Jojo gives. She's a kind woman. She has really great Christian-like qualities if we're looking at it. So in my head, I'm thinking you trying to chastise this woman is sick.
I feel like the things you are talking about.
Yeah, it's like you're projecting onto Jojo.
Yes.
Now you want you're trying to baptize her for what?
Do you know what I actually think it is? I think because Nuku's always getting cooked about the way she behaves and the things she does, hence that sound with like Congo.
Yes.
I feel like for once,
it's so funny. I was going to repeat it, but I said, you know what?
Thank. Go watch it if you don't know it. So I feel like for once she felt like, oh, someone's a worse Christian than me for once. So I'm going to dance onto that because I'm like, why did you jump at the opportunity? Then I deeped it. I was like, oh, it's because you're always the one that people are like, oh, you're a Christian because of what you do. Mm-hmm. So now that someone else was the victim or the person that they judging, she was like, oh, let me hop onto that.
Yeah, but which is crazy because it's your friend.
But it's your best friend.
I will never let people talk shit about my best friend Dijongile because it also makes you look bad. The fact that people are speaking about your friend in front of you.
Oh, yes, guys. Oh,
you look crazy. I want you to know that.
And
like,
the fact
you
that Jojo did say, why did you even discuss that with them?
Yeah, exactly. Like, why are you discussing me with these people who are not in our friendship? You're letting them get in between us, but also Jojo worried about you because I feel like she's so codependent on Nungu in a way that's so unhealthy.
It is.
For an adult friendship. Mm-hmm. Like, it's concerning.
That's what I wanted to say as well, is that, yes, justice for Jojo, but in the same sense, I was like, oh, the codependency is coming out now and it looks scary, like the way she cried, and I was just like,
I was like, whoa,
I don't know about this one. Like, love your best friend, obviously, but like,
Boote at the same time. Like, people say we love that word in the last episode. No, but on a very serious note, like, whoa, calm down.
No, literally, she needs to work on that.
Yeah, she really does. But all the best to them. I did see that they unfollowed each other after the episode aired. So I'm glad, honestly, to see that they are out of each other's lives because mostly for Jojo, I was like, I'm so worried about you. You need to mama some therapy just to deal with that codependency, specifically on someone who is actually not that nice to you.
Thank you.
She's not that nice.
And they took advantage of the fact that you're someone who's vulnerable and can be codependent. She was like, I'm going to use that to my advantage where now when I'm in some shit, because Nunku's always in some shit, you're always going to defend me because Vela, you're codependent on me.
Exactly.
She needs to heal from that and learn to be friends with someone and stand on your own opinions, 10 toes down. You don't have to be. Yes, Sorisha, she was getting cooked for saying she's Joe's backup singer.
Yeah.
But
it is kind of giving that because now, like, if you're in an argument, people need to think, well, whose side are you gonna take? You're gonna side with Nongo even if she's wrong, and even if she's in an argument with someone else who's your friend. It's just weird.
It's just weird. Yeah. And if I have a disagreement with Jojo, I must know Ihlangana Nonunku at some point.
Boy.
Please.
Like, people must fight their own battles in this life.
I'm keen for the reunion.
Same, but also the fact that Nongo's not going to be there. Like, how keen can I really be? And
I'm kind of sad.
Also, it's just Nongo, ne? Yeah. Minnie apologized to Londi on some interview she did with Showmax. She said that she reached out to Londi privately because she's getting chopped and screwed.
So is she only apologizing because she's getting chopped?
I think so. Because also, why you're not apologizing on camera, you're apologizing behind closed doors.
So
I hope she keeps that energy at the reunion. You better apologize.
Even Minnie is saying that Londi must apologize to her parents. Just because Londi said,
I didn't get that.
Oh, I gave you.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Am I being rude to your parents?
No, I don't think that's rude at all.
I said,
she didn't say anything about your parents. You're trying to make it about your parents so badly.
It's because she's trying to make the situation worse than what it really is.
Yeah. My parents. Not about your parents.
I need Minnie off my screen. Like, oh my God. Get her off my screen.
Seriously.
I feel like she was doing so much because she wants to score another season.
Yes. And it didn't give that. It was giving like, you're trying too hard. Umsindo. Literally. Sindo, literally.
I'm dead. But yeah, we'll watch the reunion and obviously
we will of course revert back.
We'll revert back. Then the most important show on planet Earth.
Guys, Love Island. Also, can I just say I pinned the comment.
Yes, that's all.
I think it is so for anyone asking or who wants to know where to watch it, please guys go and check the pinned comment. It is there. It is there. Let's discuss. So I think we left it off before the bombshells came in and so much has happened.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, yes, it's just a week, but because it plays every day for an hour, that's like 7 hours of stuff. Chomi, what are your thoughts? I have so many.
Okay,
so
I think
many.
Ikebo, let's go down. Let's do the couples, couple by couple.
Okay, how do you think? Wait, what do you think of the bombshells? Kaligoma bombshell.
Iris is gorgeous. I feel like she's cute, but I don't know if she has bombshell energy. And I only say that because even when they were doing that first challenge, when they got introduced and they were kissing everyone, when Huda said stop kissing a man, she stopped. That bored me. Because you were supposed to continue because you're literally a bombshell. You're here to do what you need to do. Pepe. Pepe is cute, but my thing is, he literally ruined his life in there. So, you know what? He bombshelled. He did what he had to do.
Bombshelled.
He bombshelled.
That's what he's supposed to do.
Jalen is too sweet to be a bombshell. I'm so sorry. He did not stand a chance.
No, he didn't stand a cram of a chance. He didn't stand a chance.
He's cute and stuff, but I just feel like he's too cute, too sweet, too soft for him to have gone for Olandria. Like, Olandria is... They're great.
Exactly. So I feel like if he was on the show, he should have been part of the original cast.
I agree.
But as a bombshell, I think at all. Yeah. Maybe like wrong show. But I agree. I love it for him that he got to travel and leave the country for the first time. That was super cute. But maybe
at
not
the same time.
Couple by couple, show me.
Okay, let's do Alandria and Taylor. They had that situation where obviously Jalen came in, he left, and now where we are at, they are back recoupled.
Yeah.
Do I love this for Alandria? No, and I want them to skip to Casa more in 5 seconds.
No.
Like, I want it to be Casa more the next time I turn my TV on. Because Alandria is going through it with these men. Like, and I saw on Facebook, her mom is saying that she hates both of them for her.
Yes,
Jalen and Taylor. And I'm like, that's so fair. I am with the Nick Alandria shipping. Nick Alandria needs to happen. I feel
like Nick didn't push that hard enough. Like, even that time when he kissed her and she still didn't know he kissed her. Yeah. You were supposed to let her know. Because I feel like she could consider.
Literally.
Because the men that she's gotten right now.
And I just feel like Nick and Sierra are giving their relationship isn't giving to me. It's just giving besties. It's not giving relationship. I feel like if Nick and Orlando could get together, we'd see fireworks.
Watch when Nick goes to Casa Amor. Oh, yeah,
Sierra. He's going. That's what I'm saying. Sierra's going to be bad for you. And I low-key feel like there's a part of me that feels like she could also turn her head when she goes to Casa.
So?
I don't feel like they're that locked in.
Really not.
Like they're
they're just comfortable. Like, this is who we are. There's no one else that we like or want.
Yes.
So let's stick to this. But if another person bombshells or we go to Casa or whatever, we have. So in terms of Nick and Sierra,
Sierra in fact must get with Shelly. That's what people keep saying, and I'm backing it because they want each other.
That Lamza.
Funana. So as a result, recouple with each other. And apparently
because I don't like who Shelly is with either.
Me either. I think they should recouple with each other. Anyways, let's move on to Shelly. While we're there,
on to Shelly. She's out of Austin's life.
Hallelujah. Although I didn't hate it as much as I just can't stand it. I'm his biggest hater. I feel.
I'm 50-50. I can't stand Ace for obvious reasons, but I love him because he's really good for the show. He's hilarious.
I don't want him to go home. I just don't want him with Shelly.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Like, he can be on the show because he adds to the show, but I don't want him with Shelly. And he's another one where Casa Amo, he's going to be that Mizi. I'm telling you now.
It's not even like a question. Like, of course he's going to.
So also, when Austin chose Amaya.
Yeah.
And Shelly was like, she was confused, like, when did they even build a connection? I was like, why did you even say all of that when you picked Ace?
No, like, for me, I was like, Shelly, you're actually so greedy, no offense as well, because you thinking that both these men were going to be in this triangle for how long?
Justice for Austin.
Like, you want them to be in this triangle, but everyone can see that you and Ace have a struggle connection. So leave Austin alone. Like, whether he didn't have a connection with Amaya, even if he wants to start building one now, that's perfectly okay. Because you and Ace obviously have your thing going, so don't be greedy, queen.
And you even
stick
said
with
to
Ace.
Austin, these are the things that I like, and Ace is doing them.
Exactly.
You basically said to him, I don't like you there.
And let's be honest, Austin was lazy AF. He wasn't doing anything that you wanted him to do. Good and well. Let him go. I
hate how Amaya speaks. I hate how Austin speaks. So when they speak together, my mind is that tiny disc sand.
Marie. And also, I just don't see them together, but like, good for them for right now.
I don't see Austin with anyone but like a blonde white girl. So,
really?
I don't know. It just gives me like, you need a white girl who's just like.
And maybe that's going to be his type when he gets to Casa.
With like the black girlies, I feel like they overwhelm him.
I get you.
Like, he's a little bit too soft for like a black woman. I don't know.
To me, I don't know. I also, I mean, not
sense.
also Ace and in pure.
I'm sorry, but when Huda said thanks, Ace, and he said, hell
He
no.
said, "Don't fucking touch me, please." But I also think that was a production situation because
He's production
I don't
cold.
think, I don't think he wanted to be there like at all. Anyways, but let's talk about that couple.
Yeah.
Who are we missing out though? I feel like we've done everyone outside of Iskakase couple. I think we've done everyone.
Oh, there's Hannah and Pepe.
Hannah and Pepe. Charlie going home because you were busy kissing Pepe for your life, and then you acting shocked that they put you with Pepe. Who else were they supposed to? Who else were they going to put Pepe with? If you think about it,
Who else would America have voted Pepe to go?
I was like, America, you're not even wrong this time.
No, they really know.
You're not even wrong
Because, hello,
you've been kissing
you
Pepe
made
for
out with him
3
twice.
days. No, Shami, even after she had that conversation with Charlie, you were still kissing Pepe after.
So
why are you shocked?
and then she cried like somebody died.
When she put the picture next to her pillow, I said, Hannah, get a grip, and immediately.
I said, Hannah, get a grip, and then she woke up the next day. Oh,
Anyways, Pepe, I love you.
Hannah, and the fact when Charlie was leaving and he was like, if you don't make a connection when you come out this house,
Shami,
I can come to you. I said, you know, Hannah, tomorrow's on Pepe's day.
please, like
Tomorrow.
Hannah. But when Charlie watched it back, he will understand why he went home. He will get it.
He'll get
Also,
it.
him trying to plead his case for not wanting to go home and them still sending him.
While my husband's we don't want to do that. He's like, okay, guys, sorry. I just want to say we just had a very great conversation with Hannah.
I thought he was gonna volunteer to go home. Ganti. I said, oh my gosh, Charlie, don't make me
I
say.
genuinely thought he was gonna say, actually, guys, you don't have to vote. I'm gonna remove myself. He played his case only to still go home.
I couldn't believe it. I was even like, you guys are sick for that, but real. That is so real because we don't care what you've got to say, King. Uyahamba. But guys, we have to talk about Crash Out Queen, Hurricane Huda, and Jeralaya
I
Kesana.
have so many thoughts.
So many thoughts, but let's start off with the fact that I feel like, and we said this in the last episode, Huda needs to pack those bags and go back to California. Go home, Queen, because
her baby girl.
the things that we've been seeing, the things that you have done.
And you need to book a therapy session
immediately.
As you land.
The fact that she needs to be doing therapy in the villa right now. In fact,
I hear you.
She's be doing it while
needs
she's
to
there.
provide
And the
us.
fact that the Islanders didn't kick her off is making me sick. Because I'm like, she's terrorizing every last one of you. Love Island is it's slowly becoming a hard watch because of her.
Yes. And you guys kept it. You can't be complaining saying, Huda's bringing down, draining the energy. Huda,
Hurricane Huda.
And then you guys save her.
I was like, you guys have made me sick this time. She's really connecting to the girls with the sisterhood shit. And I'm like, do not forget, you guys didn't know this woman 2 weeks ago. There's no need to keep her in this villa. Let her go home. Also, she's terrorizing you. It's not even a thing where she's adding to the villa in a positive way. She's taking away from
You
your
guys are in
experience.
hell. Exactly.
In fact, the only person who stands up business here is Nick. And that is why
Nick,
you'll always be famous in my life.
Nick, you're a good man in my books for that. Standing on that bridge.
He
He was
stands on
like,
business.
Huda, sorry to you, but I'm standing that side.
And also I just didn't like even Huda when Jeremiah was doing the recoupling. Then you're like to Iris, he said he's not attracted to you. He said he's not. Oh my gosh, ew. And you're the same one who's saying Iris is not a girl's girl. You're not a girl's girl.
And Iris still stood behind you, so maybe she is the girl's
The thing is,
girl.
Iris knew that Huda was going to stay, and she said, you know what? I'm not willing
trying
to
to
be
build this
against
beef.
this bitch. Yeah. I'm not trying to be on the other side.
Build my case for the rest of these days.
Yeah.
Which is so insane. And also, Huda, who asked her? I think it was Orlando who asked her, so what are your non-negotiables since everything is done right now?
It's not for you.
Is not for you. And she was like, I don't want to talk about this right now because you don't have
She doesn't have any
non-negotiables.
non-negotiables.
Everything is negotiable.
Yeah.
The fact that your door was unlocked for Jeremiah, case in point.
Like, why did you want him back?
Why was the door open?
Why was the door open?
I would have even loved it if Jeremiah chose Huda and you tried to open it was locked. I would have said, good queen.
She would never stand on business, though.
Show me. She left
could
that door
never stand on
unlocked.
business.
Oh.
But I wasn't even shocked because I was like, this is going to be
I
up to
wasn't
Jeremiah.
shocked,
Like,
yeah.
Jeremiah needs to be the one who picks who he's going for because both those doors will be unlocked.
Proud of you, King. Because
Proud
I was
of
worried
you.
about you there, but proud of you. I think that last chat they had where she lied about what he said.
Yes.
He probably was like,
I'm over it. And also, I feel like in as much as Jeremiah and Huda, as we said in the last episode, they're both wrong because they both love the shit out of each other. I like the fact that Jeremiah in this episode was like, Huda, let's take a step back. Clearly, we've gone 15 steps. We've skipped all the steps, so let's go back. She doesn't want to go back. Then we can't go anywhere from here because right now you're being sick. So I don't know how we can move forward.
Why did she take it so hard?
She took it so bad. And I was like, he's actually giving sound advice here because the problem is that you guys have gone, you skipped a million steps and now she's crashing out. And the thing is, you need to. I'm glad he was self-aware enough to see that. You know what?
Let's reel
we
it
need
in.
to reel it in. But also, the problem with Jeremiah is, why did you deflower my queen, Huda? Because the problem with you deflowering that woman is, of
You
course,
fried
she's
those
extra
chips,
insane. Frying
And
the chips
now
was
she's
really
lost
went
her
wrong.
mind. You weren't supposed to fry those chips.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with love bombing, because with Tanula, she's a level. You guys were like, we have to take it to the next step. You guys have known each other for a few days.
And it was that same day. It was the same day that they had that recoupling where Iris and recoupled.
Yes,
That's the night before you guys fried chips. What a bad decision.
They were not supposed to fry those chips. But also,
I'm sure you saw
Jeremiah was also, I was feeling bad for her in this sense.
Yeah.
When he didn't check up on her at all.
That was terrible. That was
They
disgusting.
even went to bed, woke up, he went on the date, came back, still didn't say anything. I said,
And he said he
Jeremiah,
didn't want to.
I needed to say something. He said, I didn't want to check on her. He kept saying, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I didn't. I said, yo. Even Nick said, Jeremiah, I've lost respect for you for that, because at least check on her. He was like, I didn't.
But also, I'm not. The boys, Tata Bambego Jeremiah. One day,
He's
oh my gosh,
emotionally abused.
yeah. One day it's, oh my gosh, you need to let her go. You guys so fake. The next day when you don't check up on her, oh my gosh, you should have said, oh my gosh,
I said,
whoa.
Oh
What do you
my
want
God,
this man to do?
What do you want him to do?
Like, do you want him to hate her or love her, or what do you want him to do?
But
But also he's letting everyone get in his head, which is
Yes.
like, have your own thoughts
I was
and
about to say.
ideas and your own mind for 5
And
seconds.
he doesn't. And another thing, because Ace is their ringleader, Nick no Taylor
Yeah.
specifically, whatever he says, they
Goes.
run with it. So now you have 3 people telling you what Ace would say,
Yeah.
and you feel like you're cornered.
Yeah.
So we would see they wouldn't have come at Jeremiah the way they did after the recoupling to be like, it's fake, it's bullshit to me. Da, 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 da. Oh my God, guys. Also, he just lost the love of his life. Can we all just like tone
No
it
one
down
gave
a
him
little
any
bit?
grace. I was just like, you guys are kind of mean to him as well. I just feel bad for everyone. But the person
Yeah.
who needs to leave here is Huda, because I feel like Jeremiah can come back from this.
Yes.
He's not going to win that money. You're not going to see that 100K. So you're not going to touch that 100.
You're not going to touch it.
However, you can build up that social media following a bit.
You're still going to get some clouds from this
Huda
time.
needs to go home because it's getting so bad for her. Like, I even feel bad for the day she comes out of that villa and gets that
And
phone back.
sees- Especially because she kept saying,
Ooh.
I think America saw what you're up to. And
I said, yo, and
America's
America can't stand you. Do you know
Even
that?
when Jeremiah said, I think you've flipped it. And she was
And
like,
he was right. But actually, he's not even right. We're trying to save you from each other. We want to save you from
essentially,
each
you're
other.
both not good for each other.
Yeah. Anyways, guys,
Again,
we
can talk
will
about this all
keep
day.
you updated. As per usual.
We need a Love Island podcast.
Yes, I feel like we need to, like, I don't know, do a live or something. You know, during lockdown in 2020, I was in a Love Island group. Like, we made a WhatsApp group and we just spoke about Love Island. And I loved it
I love that.
so much. Like,
Oh my God, we need
I was
to do
doing my
that.
best. I feel like perhaps we need to think about
We
doing
can
something like that.
consider because
Damn, guys, so many thoughts. And we don't have enough time on this podcast.
We really don't.
I fear. But
No.
anyways, yeah, guys. Today, let's move on to the topic. We will be speaking about cool girls and kind of the dangers of being a cool girl. If you guys don't know what a cool girl is, it's basically just a girl who is the understanding girl. I don't mind because, you know, I'm a cool girl. Like, I'm really cool. I'm really chilled. I'm really nonchalant. Like, my man told me that he's not, but I'm really like, I'm cool about it. My friend says she's
Not
not, but
strict.
I'm cool about it. Like, I'm not a strict girl. And it actually, the phrase comes from the movie Gone Girl, where she kind of does a monologue and says like how men love a cool girl.
Yep.
But like,
Oh.
and men love to see a cool girl.
They love a cool girl.
However,
listen.
in my eyes, the worst thing you can be in life is a cool
Just
girl.
be a cool girl.
Because they will dance on your head. It's essentially being a people pleaser.
Yeah.
Like, you put everyone's needs before your own.
Yours are in the front.
They're in the front. So what are your thoughts on being a cool girl? Have you ever been a cool girl in your life?
Shall we? Of course. Probably like early 20s when you just like, I like him so much and I need to keep him around. Because the thing with being a cool girl is that it stems from wanting to be chosen.
Yep.
And-
Pick me.
Yes, desperation masked as loyalty, because you want to come across as this girl that's like, I'm 10 toes down, I'm with you. But really, you're just letting him do what he wants to do and you're sticking around because you're scared that if you say something or reprimand or stand on business, he's going to leave you. So you end up not doing that because you're just dying to have him. Sad.
Sad.
It's really, really sad because at the end of the day, the man is not the prize.
Yep.
And that's also what it equates to, is now you've put him so high up that no matter what he does, you can't fault him because all that matters is that he's here.
And that he's happy to be here. It's actually peak pick-meism if you think about it, because essentially whatever the man does or doesn't do is not a deal breaker for you.
Yeah.
Which obviously men, and let's not even just use men. I feel like this can be used in all aspects, even with friendship, even in whatever. When people see that you don't stand on business about yourself, they will dance on your head. You're going to the penthouse, unfortunately. And I feel like for me, the first time I learned that being a cool girl will not take me far is in varsity. I will never forget it. That I just was put in so many situations that I compromised the things that I want for the sake of just being like, oh, but Summer's so cool. She's sound. She's cool. And then at the end, I was like, you know what? I'm going to rebrand as the girl that wilds. People need to know me as the girl who's going to wild. Not wilds and like shout, but like people need to know me as the girl who stands on a business about herself. And you know that if you cross my boundaries, this is going to be the consequence of the actions. I'm going to call you out for it. I'm going to do X, Y, B, whatever, so that you don't come to me with the energy of thinking that whatever you do, I'm just going to stand behind.
1000%.
I need you to know that, sweetie, you're going to get this mouthful from me.
You know, also on that point, because the minute you are everything's okay, no, this is okay, you're going to have an okay guy. Everything that he does for you is going to be just okay, because what you accept is okay. If you want a great guy, he does things, you stand on business, you point them out, he works on them, and then he becomes that great guy that you want. But if everything's okay, you're going to be with an okay guy, and then you're going to be shocked when you guys not a great guy. 100%. So you have to stand on business, not because you just want to be the strict girl or whatever. It also affects how the person sees you and treats you and respects you and what pedestal that they put you on, the level that they put you on, if I can say. So, because if you give a guy shortcuts to your heart, he's going to use the shortcut. Why would he take the long route?
Yeah.
Just like in life, if there's a shortcut, you're probably going to take the short way. So why would you take the long way? You need to stand on biz to be like, the only way to get to me is the long way.
Exactly.
So you have to be strict with yourself.
You have to be strict. You actually need to stand on business. The other thing is that I feel like being a people pleaser and being a cool girl, the reason also why like it's something that I feel like we should unlearn is because I feel like in relationships, whether platonic or romantic, or even just relationships you have with your family, anyone in life that you people please with, I feel like it builds resentment. So in the end, you end up resenting those peoples, those scenarios where you've compromised yourself to make the next person happy. So it's kind of just like it in the long run. Yes, it will solve the issue and like negate conflict for right now. I'm just going to be like, okay, yeah, Chomi, no, it's fine, whatever. In the long run, it's not going to do.
Because that thing is still winding.
It's still winding in your head. That actually, and that's also what I realized. I was in a situation like that. I think it was last year with someone that I really cared about, and I was like, yeah, it's cool, whatever. I think maybe like a week passed, and I was like, you know what? No, I actually can't stand this, and I need to nip this in the bud now, because if I let this fester, that is when we're going to have a real problem. Yes. Yeah, I feel like it's just, and I don't know if it's fair to the other people in your life if you just are okay with everything and now they don't know that there is resentment being built up against them.
Because they're just living life. You haven't said anything, but they don't know that at the back of your mind, you're like, oh, when side eye. But it's like you haven't said anything. So also there's nothing I can do on my side to assist that resentment or whatever you're feeling, because I literally have no idea, which is why I think what we want to make clear is being a cool girl is not just relationships, it's friendships, family members, everything.
Career,
there's
everything.
Certain things where you're just trying to be the cool girl and understanding, and I get that it's uncomfortable to have confrontational conversations sometimes, uncomfortable conversations. You don't want to make someone feel like you're picking on them or you're complaining or you're whining. But sometimes it's necessary.
I was going to say, sometimes you just must while. Yeah, you actually have to while.
What's on your mind.
It will not help you to be the quiet in situations where you feel like you are something's happening to you, something's being done around you that you're not okay with. It's never going to help you, because literally in life, people are always going to try it. Yep. That's one thing you must know. Like,
it's guaranteed.
In life, people will try you. People will try it to see what you are willing to stand for. And if you are that girl who's like, no, I'm fine with it. It's okay. Cool.
Then everything's gonna
they will keep going. People will keep testing your boundaries every single opportunity they have to see how far they can take it with you.
Yes.
That is why I implore you to be like me and be strict.
And Zama is strict,
guys. Strict.
I admire it so much. I feel like I'm stricter in relationships than I am in any other part of my life. And funny enough, my sister, when I went to Cape Town with my siblings, we were playing this game, and one of the questions was, what's each person's strength and weakness?
Yeah.
So my sister was like, your weakness is, I'm a cool girl, ngilula. She was like, not in a bad way, but she was like, you too generous, for example, or you let people walk all over you, or
I didn't know this about you.
No, it's like she's like, you struggle to say no, or like you struggle to see when someone's taking advantage of you, or when they really need your help, or like you too kind, you too nice. My other sisters were there like, So they were like, it's a good trait to have, for example,
but not too much.
Like you have to also keep your eye out to be like, is this person realizing that Lanzi values or ends, so ask her, or does this person really appreciate the fact that you're helpful or whatever?
Yeah.
So she was saying that's a weakness of mine. So I do agree in terms of just life in general. Mjolweni though, strict, and
you have to be, and also that even goes back to a conversation we had a couple weeks back about what you were saying about just the type of men that we allow into our space because of our past experiences and past traumas and things like that. But literally, you have to stand on business. I feel like even me being so strict, my mom is so strict. Like she is so.
Zama's mom, guys, that's a strict woman.
That is a strict
Zama
woman.
stood no chance.
Literally. Even if I didn't want to be strict, I had to be strict. But also I see even with my siblings that we're not all like super strict. Sometimes it's like, because you had a super strict parent, now you're like less and a little bit more lenient. It's either that or you're going to be like me, who's the extreme. That's like, I am strict about everything. I don't want things to ziphumelanini. So
you like
I'm
things to
gonna
be...
tell you when you're taking me out of my line. You need to know about it. Put me back.
Yeah, I admire being strict, and I really want to be strict in all ways.
But also that's the thing is with being strict, I don't think I'm strict in every last aspect of my life. Yeah.
Like as a friend, I don't think you're a strict friend.
Yeah.
But like as a person, as in like, this is what you like, this is what you don't like. I'm children, this is what you like. That you're very strict.
Yeah.
But like I wouldn't sit with you and think like, oh, Zama is so strict.
Yeah, but I feel like even with friendships, I had to unlearn being a strict friend because I feel like because I was so strict in other facets of my life, I feel like with relationships, you can't be as strict because you know how people always say like in relationships, so you can't be that person who's standing on business. Every single thing.
Like we were talking about in that other episode, like sometimes you need to
give people grace. I think that's what it is. Like you just need to be able to give people grace in your relationships and in your friendships. No one is perfect. You're not perfect. So also remember that you're also going to do things that are going to bother the next person and they're going to give you grace. So be able to extend that grace to the next person. So I feel like that's why in friendship now I'm very cognizant about, okay, remember that this is a friendship. She's going to do things that annoy you. You're going to do things that annoy her. And it's about both of us meeting each other halfway and being willing to give each other grace when we can. But I feel like maybe in relationships I'm a little bit more strict because
it's your heart.
Yeah, it's my heart. And also, like, as we say, like with relationships, I feel like you have to think about it because it's a very intimate in a way that maybe friendship isn't in certain aspects. So you need to be more strict about your heart in that sense, for sure.
I completely agree. And also in relationships, I feel like if you're, how do I say this? If you say something that may seem strict to the next person and that puts them off, that person just wasn't your person then. This thing of being like, I don't want to say it because I'm too strict and it's going to push them away, that's fine. You should be with someone who, no matter what you raise, obviously in a respectful manner and a good tone, like, don't be toxic, but he must be able to hear you out and take the message as it is. Not you're being strict, you're complaining and he should take it as this is your concern because also the difference with men and women are very emotional and men are more logical, right? So if I come with an emotional complaints and I'm like, I don't like A, B, and C, men they applied logically at first. So they forget that you also have to leave room for the emotional side of things to be like, don't just solve for X, understand where she's coming from, hear her out, and then we take it from there. But if you say something to him and he's just like, you're not wrong, queen. Like, you're not wrong for saying anything. You'll never be wrong for saying anything. You may work on your tone, your delivery, all of that is debatable, obviously. But if you try your best to say it the right way, you can never say the wrong thing. Yeah. My favorite thing that I heard from a podcast once, you can never say the wrong thing to the right person.
Oh!
You can never say the wrong thing to the right person. So don't think you have to be a cool girlfriend. Say what you want to say. If he's the right person, he will hear
take it as
and
he
you guys will
should.
move on to the next.
I agree. I definitely agree. I feel like if anyone makes you feel wrong or uncomfortable for just sharing how you feel, that's not the person that you should be with. That's not the friendship you need to be in. That family member is toxic, because at the end of the day, I feel like even now, obviously, like when we're younger, in African families, there's that dynamic, even with your parents or elders or whatever the case is, whereas you can't, a lot of people feel like they can't say stuff or whatever. I feel like even when you grow up, even when it comes to your parents, there needs to be an open line of communication. So even with them, you need to learn to use your voice. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to learn to be like, in a respectful way, this is how I feel. This is how, obviously not all households are the same and not all relationships are the same, but I feel like it's a good muscle to exercise, to be able to speak your mind to people and not let people just get away with anything because you're not going to say anything, you're going to be quiet because people think you're understanding. I feel like one of the worst things you can be as a woman specifically is understanding, because once people can see, once they get a whiff of the fact that you are understanding,
with this. They're going to
love, like Usezo Goa. Once people understand that you're understanding, that's why I like to tell people from the get-go, like, I'm not that girl. I'm not understanding. Like, yes, I can meet you halfway. We can have a conversation. It's not to say that I won't hear people out. I always hear people out. I'm always open to communication because I feel like that's how you build relationships. Let's always hear each other out. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to make you think that everything that you do is a yes. You're going to do something that irritates me, and then straight after, I'm going to forgive you. No.
And also in most cases, you don't regret being straight. Yeah. That's one thing I learned in my 20s. I used to be so accommodative, then afterwards be like, why did I say that? It's like, why did I say that way? It made him feel better. But I feel like shit now. Like, I accepted this, so he wasn't going to be upset. But now I feel like I didn't get to tell him how I really felt. Then the older I got, I was like, say what you want to say. You'll never be like, I actually shouldn't have complained. You should have. Like, if anything, I'm like, thank God. And if it shows... if his reaction is very like, where? Then I'm like, actually, you've showed me, I've seen what I needed to see. Yeah. So now I'm out. So you'll never regret it. Also, in some contexts, I do get, it's easier said than done. But sometimes you're like, oh, if I open up this window, especially if it's family. Yeah. With family stuff, it's like, tough. I have to think 6 times. Yeah. Tell another family member first. Yeah. And then I'll be like, okay, then I'll tell them. Yeah. Because I'm going to be around you for the rest of my life. So I don't want to get to Christmas and now there's unnecessary beef or someone's energy is off, because my family is very big. And I experienced that through others, like maybe another 2 had a conversation. Then we get to Christmas, you can see that
awkward vibes.
Awkward. Me, if I decided to have a conversation with someone, we had breakfast, it's awkward. I don't want that. It's like you have to kind of figure out how to say it, and also specific to the person, because some people take criticism well, some don't. Some people don't even hear what you're saying. They focus on the fact that you're cooking them. Instead of focusing on a message. Focus on the fact that I'm frustrated, not the how I'm saying it to you. You know? So with families, like, with each person I have to be like, okay, this one's very sensitive, so let me come in with this angle. With this one, come in with this angle.
But do you feel like that thing of being very sensitive is a manipulation tactic to not let people say what they feel like they need to say to you? Because that's how I feel sometimes. It's just like,
that's a good point.
You're sensitive, I'm happy for you, and I respect that about you. However, does that mean now that I can't now voice how I really feel to you? Now I need to go around. I need to go through the corners. And I'm also sensitive to the fact that I don't like when people are just like, I'm like super straightforward. Like I just say things how it is. Because I feel like people use that as an excuse to be rude to people and to not have tact when speaking to people. But in the same breath, when I was so sensitive,
now we got because it was only actually we're scared of you. We're scared of you. Because some people, well, for example, those people that just cry. The minute there's conflicts, they do it to deflect or to distract, so we can now focus on calming you down and be like, Kylie, so we don't focus on what we here to talk about. Yeah, you're actually so right.
Show me, I'm thinking about it now. Because I'm just like, there are people where, and I'll say for myself with the crying thing, like, I cry when I'm angry. So 9 times out of 10, if I'm having an argument, I'm probably going to have one tear down my eye, because I don't like arguing. I don't like feeling angry. I don't like the feeling of anger. However, I'll never be like in an argument. I will never put my crying at the forefront of the argument. I'm going to tell you that, listen, I might get emotional, but say what you need to say to me, because I need to hear it.
Yeah, we need to get through this.
We need to get through it. But at the same time, you can't use that as the focal point of the argument or to deter people from speaking to you. Now, people feel like, I don't even want to address anything with Lanzi, because every single time we are Kala, she's very defensive. She says it's woe is me. She plays victim. And I feel like that's more common in a family situation, only because they know that, like, really, even if they cry and stuff, they're still going to be your cousin, your brother, your sister at the end of the day.
The problem with that thing in a family dynamic, again, my family's huge, guys.
Yeah.
The problem with that is there's the person that is the sensitive, always crying, whatever, right? So it becomes, okay, it's me again, because you know what it is. And then when it's my turn, things are treated differently because I'm sensitive and cry. Whatever.
You see, that's what I'm saying. In a manipulation,
so now it's like they give that person grace, but then with you, they don't give you grace. It's like, shouldn't we all be treated the same? But we're only treating the person differently because there's a potential.
Yes. And because of how she shows her like emotions, because I'm not an everyday crier, now I deserve less like compassion than the person who cries. I feel like that thing is wrong. Like, it's so wrong, because I'm like, yes, I'm a crier, but it would never make me feel like, oh, this person's not angry because they're not crying. No, like, people don't all show their emotions in the same way. So you have to give everyone grace at the same time. Like, you're not going to come at me because you think I'm in Bohoto. I can take it. I can't take it, bitch.
Take it either.
Like, I also can't take it. Just as
I'm not lilying you right now, but like, I also can't take it, and unfortunately.
And I shouldn't have to take
so
it.
Right. What do you think of that take also, that there's a thin line between being a cool girl and a nice girl?
And there is such a thin line. That's the problem.
I struggle with that.
I was going to say, I think I struggle with that as well, because sometimes if you are very standy on businessy, as I was saying, people could take you for a person who's like very emotionless, like you just don't like
cold.
You're cold. You remember when we were having that conversation with Chavi Wati and Uwamji, that's your bad. Guys, I was so dead. We were having a conversation with Lancy's cousin. She was saying like she feels like she's warm, which she is, guys. Fair enough.
Very warm.
And we were saying like we freezing. That's the problem with us.
And we had to like sit and think like, oh,
damn, cold. No, but like, what was I saying, Konje?
Nice girl versus...
Yes, nice girl. So people sometimes take it that you're bad or you're cold because you're not that typical nice girl where it's like I'm always being like super upfront with my niceness, always saying yes to everything, people pleasing to some extent. Like, people sometimes, now because you're not that person who's so easily available for those things and those emotions, that you're like cut off. Whereas I feel like maybe for me, I would say that I'm maybe a little bit more reserved. I reserve my feelings a lot of the times, like those types of feelings, for people that I really care about. Obviously, I'm nice and kind to everyone that I meet and stuff. But like, not everyone's going to get my full self.
Oh, my molality.
Yes, it's like every single time. Everyone getting your full self all the time is sick, because at the end of the day, you're a person.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you can be a nice person and not a cool girl, because nice person's like a character thing, right? So you can, if I greet you, I'm welcoming, for example. I greet you, I'm welcoming. I'm a nice girl, right? But I'm not a cool girl in the sense that, for example, I'm going to make a really dumb example, but let's say we out, Zam and I've ordered a Habli 2 pipes. I just met you. I'm going to greet you, be nice. Hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. My name's Anthony. And you says, and then your next sentence is, can I please get the pipe?
Oh.
Am I wrong for saying no?
To me, you're so right.
I'm not wrong, but I'm still a nice girl because I greeted you. You're sitting next to me. We're having a good time. But now I'm not a cool girl where you're going to walk all over me and be like, can I smoke this Habli for free? That means I'm
But you know, I realize that people can be, a lot of the times, will now use those instances to be like, Landy's not a girl's girl, Landy's not a... And guys, OMG. Like, let's also... I think maybe, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like, Nantandi uzifake bantwini. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if I get in that type of situation, even if I'm in that situation, I'm trying not to bother you. I'm trying not to ask you for stuff. I'm trying not to... So because we don't know each other. If you offer me, that's perfect. Because then I don't have to ask you. That is an extension from you. I'm not going to ask a stranger for their things.
I'm never going to do that.
And expecting that someone is going to do that is kind of insane to me.
That's the thing. Like, I think, wait till I offer it to you.
Yeah.
But now you can't go out into the world and say, Lance is not a nice girl. I asked her for Habli.
But people do that.
But people do that. But I'm saying you need to contextualize it to say, does that mean she's not a nice girl? Or she's just not a cool girl that's going to let you walk all over her?
And also, it's for boundaries. It's for boundaries. I'm not sharing my Habli with people that I don't know. That's fine.
But that doesn't mean I'm a bitch. We can kiki, we can laugh. When the shots come to the table, we can cheers.
And once
we can
we're
be
cheersing
merry.
and you feel like we've built a rapport with each other, and then you ask me, likelihood is I'm going to give you that
That's a happy boy.
Yes, I'm going to give you that
pipe, boy.
Like, do you get what I'm saying?
But before that, like, justice for me. And that happens so much, guys.
Not just with the happy
not
thing.
Just with the happy, not just with the happy thing, but just in general. Like,
guys.
Everything gets masked under that one thing where you're like, this is a boundary.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm not a nice girl. It's a boundary. But character-wise or whatever, I'd like to think we're nice girls.
Yeah,
if you've ever met us, comment down below.
No, but I think it does shock people when people have boundaries. I feel like it's jarring to them. Like, oh my gosh, what do you mean you're not giving me?
No.
What do you mean you're not giving me a sip of your drink?
Especially in Joburg.
I don't know you, queen.
Somebody will just join you a second and be like, what are you guys drinking? A nigga class.
Whoa.
Remember my birthday that one time
I'll
in
never
Nostra?
forget, queen.
Guys.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we all have to be guided. Like, we have to be guided. I feel like as people, social cues, we need to use them.
We do.
And
don't put people in like uncomfortable positions where, for example, my birthday, I was in a position where I have a section with my friends. There's someone that wasn't part of my birthday party, but we're cool, right? And then someone had ordered me champagne. Period. As they should. Someone ordered me champagne. Guys, I kid you not. I hadn't even gone boop yet. And the person's glass was full in my face. So now in my head, I'm like, if I say no, am I being mean? But if I say yes, this is kind of diabolical. Like, can I pull for myself and my friends first?
Said no, queen.
Me first. Cool, since you've joined the section, I can pull for you. But now the glass is in my face. But in hindsight, again, comes with growth.
Yeah.
I should have stood on business to be like, with all due respect, I ordered enough for my friends. So you being here, couldn't I'll sit in the section. I know in the club, section situations are tricky.
Yeah.
But now I've had to be uncomfortable and like think twice and, okay, guys, now I have to accommodate this person when I didn't plan to. All in the name of, I want to be a nice girl. I don't want to come across as a mean girl. But now I think about it, I'm a nice girl because I let you sit here. Just don't drink the champagne.
This is why I can't stand club culture in general and why, like, I'm so happy that I've minimized to the minimist. I'll only be there when I must be there because
you're working to a section, the girls are.
That's why I'm like, I'm tired.
Now you're scared for your life. You're like,
and one thing about Joburg girls, guys, they won't even laugh with you. Like, they're being serious.
They won't laugh with you until they drunk.
Yes,
Then an hour into the night, now it's, babe, oh my gosh. Oh.
And you know what, real? It's your section, queen. Do what you want. I mean, I'm keep
the immigrants in this section.
I'm keep it because
no, but sometimes
you
that's
guys are straight.
Like, let's say I'm dating someone, and then he has a friend, and the friend comes with their girlfriend who has friends. I'll come with my friend. It's our section, song. So why are we being mean to each other right now?
Ikabo guys, iklab my That's my only solution for that one. Because the problem is that I don't feel like those dynamics can ever be fixed. Because at the end of the day, like it's a meeting of so many different people, personalities, guys, girls who have different motives, who have different objectives by being there, by what they're drinking. So it's just like everyone is there to be pretentious to a certain extent. So that's why I'm just like, the only way you can get away from club culture is to not be in a club.
So you don't have to be.
You can't fix it. I fear it's one of those things where I don't think Sazo is fix it.
Now you must try be a cool girl in the sake or debate. Should I be cool today or the nice girl?
But anyways, I feel like we've said what we need to say. I have nothing else to say, but mine is to say that in life, again, firstly, go and watch that Gone Girl monologue because she lays it down so beautifully. But again, stand firm on your boundaries. Stick to your boundaries. Know what your boundaries are. As a person, have them. Have your values, have your boundaries, have things you're not willing to compromise on as a person. Because I feel like that is what makes you who you are. Yeah. Things that you will and won't stand for make you who you are. So stand on that stuff. But in the same way, in relationships, give your friends and your partners and your family grace. The same grace you would like to be extended to.
And it all comes down to proper communication. If you say everything clearly, there shouldn't be any problems. Say it to your partner, say it to your friends, whatever it may be. Just communicate clearly, stand on that business, and won't come into the rights.
Yep. Here, queen. Anyways, you got. We're moving on to the section where we are going to be answering some of your guys' dilemmas. We are going to be giving you guys the best advice we can give. However, if you are a bwisty and you would like to help out your fellow bwisty, please do leave your advice in the comments down below. And our beautiful bwisties who have written into us will go and see what Charlotte's saying. And guys, I love the fact that the people who write into us actually do follow up in our DMs.
They do, I love
which is really, really great. We love to see it, guys. Please continue doing so because you guys know who you are, obviously. Anyways, first one says, "Hi, sisters. I am faced with a difficult situation and I'd highly appreciate your input on it." This is a long one, guys, so buckle up. Okay. I'm currently dating 2 guys. What in them selego I know. # woman in men's fields. But hear me out. I was seeing the one guy, for story's sake, let's call him Jack, for a short while until he completely betrayed my trust and let me down. I then moved on to the new guy. For story's sake, we're calling him Peter. Peter has arguably been the best guy I've ever dated, and he has taken such good care of me in every way possible. He's the most intentional and consistent man I've ever met. Like any other human, he has his downfalls, but there's nothing I cannot overlook. As amazing as he is, I couldn't find it in me to ignore Jack once he randomly popped back into my life. There's a special bond that I share with that man. It may be itroba bond kodwa yona imnandi. In his second appearance, he came back with intention to marry me this year, and as we speak, I might be pregnant with his baby. He's ecstatic about this, and he's even planning baby names and getting us a new apartment. Whoa. The prospect of spending my life with Jack would have been ideal if Peter wasn't in the picture. But as much as I love Jack, I feel like I'd be letting go of something beautiful and healthy. I'd be letting go of a beautiful and healthy relationship with Peter. This is basically a heart, Jack versus mind, Peter game. So here's the question. Do I choose what is best for me, Peter, and pray that my heart will let go of Jack? Or do I follow my heart and choose Jack even when I could spend the rest of my life subconsciously comparing him to Peter?
Oh, first of all,
girl,
Jack. He came back with
me telling though.
Wow, with Jack, even like this was Ketselile already.
This was Ketselile low key, like
also Jack. Also, damn Jack, he came in with so much vengeance.
So much vengeance. He said,
David,
he don't want to waste time. And you know what, Jack, period, king. But you're sick at the same time because isn't he the one who betrayed your trust at the beginning? My thing is, right, you are going to get back with, I think it's Jack, but there's still going to be that thing in the pit of your stomach that says, I can't trust this man. And I feel like you need to really think about that because even though you're now in a situation where he is the father of the baby, at the end of the day, that still happened. And I haven't heard her address that elephant that's in the room. That whatever he did,
she might be pregnant. She's not sure.
No, I'm saying she hasn't addressed the elephant in the room about her relationship with Jack as to why it ended. You mentioned at the beginning, and now when he's back in your life, and so because it's the reason you guys aren't
broke up
together
in the
anymore.
first place. Yeah, I feel like so I feel like you're leaning more towards Jack, which is why you're even asking this question. Peter's just he seems like the good on paper, nice guy next door. He's the obvious choice to make, but there's a part of you that's like, ugh, but my heart is with Jack. Your butterflies are stronger with Jack, whatever. But I want you to be careful
with Peter, like Holandria said,
moths. Peter has moths, Jack has butterflies. So I think you need to differentiate, like, what are you making this choice based off of? Is it the person's character? Advice. Is it what they do for you? Is it just on how much you love them, how they make you feel? Because sometimes, guys, butterflies are not a good thing per se, because sometimes it's an anxiety. What do they call it? It's an anxiety attachment thing, apparently. If you feel butterflies, it's because it's anxiety, not necessarily because you love him loads. Usually when you feel calm with the person, it's because they don't make you anxious.
Yeah.
They make you feel like you can be yourself. And so those are all the things you need to look at to say, what is my decision based on? And if it's based on that baby, all the best.
Yes.
Because I guess you don't want to co-parent, and then how are you going to explain that to Peter? So that's also very tricky.
You can't explain that to Peter. I don't want to lie to you there.
But I'm saying if she chooses Peter,
how is she going to choose Peter when she's pregnant with someone else's child?
So if she's pregnant, that means she's chosen Jack then.
Yeah, she sounds like she's keeping the baby, so yes. Because how are you going to say that to Peter?
Yes, you can't say to Peter, while we were dating, I felt pregnant.
Like,
with someone else.
How did that happen? But you know what? One thing my friend's dad said to me was that, well, not to me, but he said, she relayed the message, is that in life, you don't want to fall in love. Fall. You need to stand in it. Yes, there's the concept of falling. You need to go into love standing, walking into it, being very cognizant of what you're doing.
Yes.
Because that feeling, as you were saying about butterflies, you're not going to have butterflies if you're trying to be married to someone forever. I fear you're not always going to have butterflies. There will be some seasons where there are no butterflies. So are you going to be able to be with this person? Is he a good life partner? You said that Peter is consistent. He's the most consistent man you've ever met. You know, I met a man more consistent than Peter.
So it's not Jack.
So it's not Jack. Like all those things, those great qualities that you've listed about Peter, think about them. But at the same time, as you said, I fear so. You don't want to just be with someone only based off of practicality.
Yes.
You need to have a good balance of both.
Yes, because you have to like still like the person and love the person.
Of course.
You can't be with him because he's just so good at being a boyfriend.
Yes.
How does he make you feel?
How good is he at being a boyfriend to you?
When someone says his name, what's that feeling you get? It's not just, oh, guys, he's good to me, A, B, and C. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
So you need to make those comparisons, define what you're making the decision based on.
Yeah.
And with that baby, I think you need to also confirm that.
Confirm if you're pregnant or not. And
because
then,
if you're not, it'll make the decision thing less complicated.
Yeah.
But if you're pregnant, it complicates it a lot. But don't make the decision based
it's
on
about
pregnancy.
just, let's hope you're not pregnant.
I think so.
And in fact, do a follow-up. DM me and let me know if you're pregnant or not.
I hope you test. If you're watching this right now, how about test and come back to us.
And let us know if you're pregnant or not. Because then maybe we'll do a follow-up in the next episode.
Then we'll change our minds. But
maybe we'll change our minds. But yeah, we don't have a direct answer for you in this one, but I hope you
what
kind
we
of
said can do something.
Yeah, okay. So the next one says, hi, besties. I hope you guys are doing good. So I've just moved to a new estate and briefly met my handsome next door neighbor while he was parking his car. He introduced himself to me and later on came knocking at our door to gift us an expensive bottle of shams as a welcome gift. I stay with my mom. I was smitten and I could tell her was, I think she was too. Cool. Couple days later, he saw me park my car and walked to me to ask for my number. He didn't text me or anything for about two. But within those 2 days, I've seen him with different girls. I was kind of disappointed until he texted me and said he'd like to get to know me better. We've been hanging out at his house whenever I'm bored. I'd have a drink or two, then later go home. He's a cool guy, but he's made it clear to me that he really likes me. I told him I want to just be friends, but now he's saying I should pick any holiday. Sorry.
I really like this.
Any holiday destination for us to go to. He wants an international trip for us, and I want to say yes so bad. However, I know that what will happen if I travel with this man for 2 weeks. We wouldn't be able to resist each other, and I'm scared that might complicate things when we come back. If I'd see him with another girl, I'm throwing hands. What should I do? She says, like, if that happens, and she's I'm throwing hands. What should I do? I'd love a little summer getaway in Europe right now, and I know there's an unlimited budget with him. What should I do?
Who is he?
Queen.
What estate did you move into?
Queen. Wow. You've got a dilemma.
I'm 50-50 on this one.
Yeah.
Right? I'm 50-50. One, messing with the neighbor is very tricky because you guys are going to be living there for a long time. And if you guys start something and you pair it, whether good or bad, ideally good, but if you pair it, you're stuck with seeing each other next door, then you're going to get triggered every time you see a new girl walk in. He's already moved on. Oh, this is the new girl. Now you're fixating on that. That's just going to make you go to fucking back. So dating your neighbor is never a good idea, in my opinion. Don't open up that window.
Close it
immediately. You said you live with your mom, so it's your mom's house. It's not even Emma Fletty, where you
guys,
can just move out.
You don't poop where you sleep.
Yes.
You don't do that.
Don't shit where you sleep.
You don't shit where you
Don't
sleep.
do that. But then on the other hand, I'm like, oh, you're so young, go free trip, go to Europe, have a good time.
That's the problem.
And then as much as like, yes, Europe is going to be a quick midnight snap, but you still have to come back to real life.
And the thing is, she's saying she doesn't want, she's scared of going to Europe because she knows that they're going to take it too far. They're going to fry chips. I'm here to tell you, you can go on a trip with a man and not fry those chips.
You can go on a trip and
you can go on a trip with a man
single fry
and not fry those chips. Like,
so discipline.
The thing is,
2 weeks is long though.
Yeah, 2 weeks is that's the only problem that you're facing.
2 weeks
and also
looking at a man, and
the problem is there that there's a mutual attraction between the two of them. So So she's, but you know what? It's still possible to not do it.
It is possible to not do it.
But
like,
do you want it to not? It doesn't seem like she doesn't want it to happen.
She seems like she wants it
She
to
wants
happen,
to fry
which is
this
why
shit.
she's scared to go on the trip. So, how important is it to go to Europe?
It's kind of important. I don't want to lie to you. I'll be honest. Like, if it was, I'm putting myself in this position.
Okay.
I'm going on the trip.
Same.
Like, I'm telling you that much. I will go on the trip. Is it a good idea? No. It's a bad freaking idea because, again, you live next door to this man, and the odds of him having different girls after you, if you guys don't make anything official on that trip, they're high. I don't want to hold you. But then maybe if you guys have maybe you guys need to date or something before this trip.
Yeah, before the trip, do a quick midnight
quick date so that you can get to know, like, what is this person looking for? Is he actually looking for a relationship type situation, or is he just taking you just to see something for fun? Because then you'll be able to manage your expectations, to know, okay, if we go on this trip, what do I have to expect afterwards? Are we just doing this for fun, or are we doing this as we're working towards?
Can lie. He can tell you what you want to hear because
the problem there is that you also going on the trip because you want a trip. Do you get what I'm saying? Everyone is getting what they want out of the situation.
If it was me,
I
would go on the trip, right? Of course.
Guys, maybe this is bad advice when you go on that trip.
It was bad advice.
Go to Europe, I fear.
People with good advice, comment down below. But us, I'm still giving bad advice.
The people who have good advice, comment down below.
For me, I would go on the trip, right? Try as best as I can to manage my expectations. But this is going to sound like really bad advice now. Because you can heal from anything. You can heal from anything. Like, but that trip is a once in a lifetime. Well, not once in a lifetime, but it could be. That trip is going to eat great content. You get to be with a hot man, fry those chips, have a good time, come back, and just heal. So I don't really like to.
She said that hot. It's working. She's probably looking at this like, with who's heart?
If it was me, let me emphasize me. I'm willing to take the risk of healing because I've healed through
worse. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's me in my 27-year-old brain. There's no way I'm not going to Europe.
I'm going on the trip. Sorry to my heart.
Yeah, and if you don't want to fry chips with him, you're not going to fry chips with him. Like, literally, don't do it if you don't want to. And if you have to, make that clear to him before. But you were going to Europe, but just know, sex is off the table. Literally. One thing about the table, that is off it. So just know that if you want to take me on this trip, I don't have to cross this boundary, and just know that I'm not crossing this boundary. And if he's unhappy with that, leave the trip.
It's possible. Take it from us.
Guys,
very
possible. Just trust me. You can go on that trip.
You can go on that trip and live your best life and come back unscathed.
Literally, and be perfectly okay.
But guys, please comment down below because I'm showing advice today.
Guys, at the end of the day, we're just girls. And we're giving you advice that we would.
Euro summer, like,
I don't want to lie to you.
If the trip was like maybe to like Cape Town, then I'd say
then I'd be like, leave it.
But like, this is a scrumptious trip.
And all expenses paid trip to Europe.
With the scrumptious man. I don't know.
I'm
how
going
strong
I don't want to lie to you. I'm going
I'm not Justin Bieber. I'm not standing on business.
I'm not standing on business. I'm going there.
Don't you want to go too? Anyway, guys, moving on to musings. This is where we tell you guys what we're listening to this week. We have our playlist on Spotify as well as Apple Music. You guys tell us what you're listening to in the comments. I see there's more comments on that, which I love. What are you listening to, ZX Online?
Okay, guys, I finally listened to Calvin's album. I won't say that I'm like fully into it, but like I've been listening to the music. I had to shuffle it because I know that if I don't shuffle it, I will never hear the songs that are at the end of that album. I will never hear them, honestly. So my two faves right now, first is Flight Mode with Calvin Mashudu is the vocalist and Tycoon and Omid ST. So good. Okay. I love it. It's short and cute. It has a cute little beat. Mashudu's voice sounds delicious. Love it so much. Then we've got Mpini with Tato Hatsi. I love Tato Hatsi's voice.
His voice is...
I'm obsessed with her. Like literally her on Abantwana Bako, I think it's called. Yeah, Abantwana Bako. That one with that Leslie and Vanessa and Kile.
Yeah, they love that.
Yeah. So her voice on there is sensational. So her voice on this song,
I'm glad that you started listening to it to tell us what to listen to because I haven't started. I'm not a real mamozi.
You, Chomi, worried about you. Also, you guys think that we don't know what a mamozi is.
We
and
know
that's
what
so
it is.
funny.
Umdlalo.
But also, guys, please do comment what your favorite song is from the Calvin Momo album so that we can start with those ones and like focus our attention on those ones.
Because they're so long, I actually don't know where to start or what to do. So you starting and you guys starting
Start, guys.
is going to be so great for me. So I'm in my throwback TBT era this week because I was road tripping. I was running out of songs.
You
at
actually
some
had the
point.
perfect opportunity to listen to a Calvin album. What do you think about
And
it?
I should have, but you know what? I didn't. I was in my TBT era. So one of the albums I was listening to, or artists I was listening to, those who know, Kuli Chana.
That's a Black King.
I love
Period.
him so much, guys. In primary, no, not primary. Oh my God, jeez.
High school.
In high school, I used to be very obsessed with Kuli Chana. That's why he's my YouTube channel song, Fresh Air. Love him.
He's so good though. Shout out to him.
So I really love like his classic albums from then. So I've been listening to that. So my favorites at the moment is Hazardous Movie, obviously. That's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
That one, as well as Java's Fabulous. Oh, I love that song. It's featuring Murafe. Love. If you guys are Team Kulichana, you'll know that's a Black King. And I don't know if he releases anymore, but like
I don't
maybe
think he
should give him a chance.
The last song wasn't, well, it's probably not his last song. Maybe he's released stuff after this. But the last song I heard of his was the one with AKA.
Prada.
Prada, yeah.
That is a good
and
song.
that's a really good song.
That is a good
So shout out to
song.
Kulichana.
Shout out to- Quick story time. In high school, there was this groove in Durban called Good Sunday. If you're from Durban, you know that.
I've
used
actually
to
been
be-
to Good Sundays. Huh?
Really?
Yes.
At which point?
So I went to Good Sunday back when I was in my Good Sunday era. Back when it was probably like the last one or the second last one. I went to. It was an all whites.
I used to love, fair.
Yeah.
I used to go to Good Sunday all the time, underage, whatever. So there was a time when Kulichana was performing, right? I said, I'm going to the front. It was those days where there was no sections, it didn't matter.
There's just
I went to the front of the stage. So in the song Travis Fabulous,
Yeah.
there's a part where he says, Moi, right? And he'd kiss like,
kissed
girls
you?
in the crowd. Me, Kulichana said, in the crowd, I said, and that was on the Good Sunday YouTube channel at some point, and I said,
What the
"Damn, if
heck?
you could." I said, "Why is this happening to me?" And the thing is,
That is not what I expected this story to be. I am so
and the only thing I could do, he was approaching my face and said, "Oh," and then the camera was on my
He
face.
said,
He
"Bah."
said, "Oh, small Monday." I said,
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, that's lived in my head since then. I've kissed Kulichana at a concert. So just he was kissing like a bunch of girls. I think it was part of his act.
To kiss, giving
To kiss
Asha and
the
that
kiss.
Asha and that cherry, yes, son.
I'm telling you,
It's
so
giving.
respect to Lami's band. It was 1,000,000 years ago, and it was his performance.
Guys, Gosan has even been over for so many years now.
I swear.
So, justice.
Quick story time.
But anyways,
shout
guys, we are at the end of today's episode. Thank you so much to you lovely, lovely people for making it to the end of this video or the end of this episode. If you're listening to us, do not forget, guys, we are available to stream if you don't want to watch us. So fair on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. But if you are on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, if you want to see our beautiful faces, please come over to our YouTube channel where we are trying and we are on the road to 50,000 subscribers, guys.
Please,
We don't know what we're going to
subscribe,
do when we get there. We have many thoughts, but you know what? The only way you're going to find out what we're going to do
is if we get
you
to 50,000.
subscribe to our channel and stuff. But thank you so much for your guys' support as per usual on all the episodes. We love you
Thank
guys
you.
so much, Buesties. And of course, we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.